Hi, everybody. It's Fiona May.
And Sandra Lee, welcome.
And this is another video in our series called You're One Call Away From. And this one's called Finding Your Voice. So let's jump in and see what this one's all about.
Yeah, midlife can be a time of profound transformation, especially for women navigating the challenges of separation and divorce. But with the right support and a commitment of self-discovery, you can emerge from this journey stronger, wiser, and more in tune with your authentic voice. And I think this is a big one, ladies. You know, when we've come out of a relationship, and I know myself, I was with somebody that was a big talker, and he talked over the top of me and he shut me down. And when we were out, I used to just sort of stop talking, and I used to just go into my little shell. And what I find now is that I've got my own voice and people actually want to hear what I have to say. But it took me a while from that transformation of going from not wanting to even share or come out of my shell to actually having something to say and remembering that I needed to speak up and having the confidence to do it and believe that people actually wanted to hear what I had to say as well.
Yeah. So there's lots of challenges, ladies. We understand how hard this is. And you know, we do know that this is probably one of the toughest things that you're ever going to have to go through in your life. So the challenges of separation and divorce are, you know, huge, but we've named three here. So one of them is the emotional turmoil. And this is separation and divorce can unleash a whirlwind of emotions. You know, we go from grief to angry. We go, you know, we feel uncertain, we have a lot of self-doubt. So all of these feelings, you know, really make us doubt ourselves and question who we are. Who are we now that we're actually separated and divorced? The second thing we hear all the time is that there's a real identity shift. That, you know, letting go of the roles that we once played and, you know, what we thought our life was going to be and what our marriage, you know, meant to us. All of these things, giving up that story of who we thought we were and what our life was, giving up that story, and then who are we? You know, what is our new story? And very often it leaves us feeling insecure because we don't actually know who we are. We haven't created our new story. So that identity shift is something that a lot of ladies, you know, really go through, and they have to reinvent themselves and create this new, you know, life for themselves, new, you know, it's nearly like it's a new personality, it's a new beginning, it's a, you know, we can create a new story for the next chapter of our life. The third thing that we see a lot is time and financial stress. These are big challenges for ladies. You know, the practical and financial implications of a separation or a divorce, you know, these can add to our burdens. And, you know, sometimes we just want time to heal us, but we know that time doesn't heal. You know, we know that you need to work through all of these things. And the most important thing you can do is spend some, you know, go within and actually heal at a very deep level. And all of these things, when they come together, they build our confidence, they make us more courageous, and then we feel that we can speak up and we can ask for what we want, we can get the help that we need. So let's look at the next step.
And it's self-discovery, that embracing this transitional period as an opportunity to dive deeper into self-reflection and uncover your true passion and your values. And for me, it was even finding out what they were. You know, people would sit there and talk about, you know, something that was happening on the news or in the paper or current affairs, or maybe in their opinion on COVID or vaccinations. And I really had to get clear about what my own opinions were, because I even dumbed them down a bit, in the sense of, or numb them down is probably a better way of saying it. I actually didn't go through and think, well, what is my opinion if I had my own, or what is my thoughts on, you know, what's going on over in Middle East, or what's my opinion of what's going on in the community, or so, and how am I feeling about the environment? Or so it was really coming up with what I had clarity on, and being clear as to what my actual opinions were to start with. And then having the courage to voice them and sharing them, and doing that potentially in the start in a safe space. So reclaiming your voice and identity can instill a sense of confidence and control, propelling you towards a fulfilling new chapter. One of the things that I was unsure about was speaking up and talking about, what I think we should be spending money on as a couple, or what I think we shouldn't be spending money on as a couple, even more importantly at times. And these are the things that, where do you want to go for dinner, or the restaurants or the cafes, or, even with your girlfriends, do you want to actually go out or don't feel like going out? And having the courage to say, hey, I'm going to take a rain check tonight and maybe not go to something that the group's going to. So these are the things that take time, but they take practice as well. Living authentically allows you to build meaningful connections, pursuing your dreams, and cultivating a life that aligns with your core beliefs, and being clear in your own heart what those beliefs are to start with.
So, ladies, we need to overcome the emotional turmoil of our separations and divorces. So, the first thing I think we need to do is embrace the grief. We need to allow ourselves to fully feel and process our emotions and create space for healing and growing. And it's okay to grieve. A lot of us have lost something that was once very dear to us. And, grieving is a natural cycle that we can go through. What we found is being proactive and moving forward was the very best thing that we did to be able to, leave our divorces behind. But to do that, we had to process them, and then we had to make a conscious decision not to stay stuck, and then we had to move forward with a plan. And at first neither Sandra or I knew how to do this on our own, and we are smart, switched on women. We've got businesses, we've had teams, but going through a divorce is it levels you, and it's hard to know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and what's the quickest and easiest way to move forward. And, that's why we do this work, because we really discovered that having a divorce recovery coach and having someone there who we could trust and who could move with us and take us there and get better results, that's what has become the game changer. And that's what we do for so many women now, is we get them the results quicker, easier than they could ever get them on their own. And you don't want to waste time, ladies. We see women stuck for 10, 20, 30 years, and this not only damages you, but it also damages your children. A great coach is going to be able to guide you through the complexities of this transition, because we say this is a transitional journey. You've got to start at the beginning, and there's so many little pieces of the puzzle that you've got to work on. So part of that, of course, is practicing self-compassion, being kind to yourself, treating yourself with kindness and understanding, and recognizing your feelings are valid, and that this is a hard journey. Just be kind to yourself in that. But, I want you to do something for yourself that's going to change your life. And that the most important thing I can tell you, what changed my life, changed Sandra's life, and all the girls that we work with, it's growing your emotional intelligence. So that will get you unstuck, and it'll give you the tools and the skills to be able to move forward. It's very different than just talking about your problems or leaving them and hoping, wishing and praying that they're going to, someone's going to come along and save you and that you're going to have a wonderful life. I just don't think we should be leaving our lives up to chance. Ladies, be proactive. That's my advice.
That's your little puppies having a little say as well. They found their voice. So strategies, ladies, for and rediscovering that inner strength. And, we had it there and maybe lost it through the journey we've had, through the experiences we've had. And so it's about using the right strategy. Have a new plan. This is not about fixing an old plan or going back over and rehashing things. It's about setting things up fresh from here. You've got that canvas, ladies, to be able to go forward and design and create whatever life you want, and also share whatever story you want and be the voice for that. So have a new plan for your life and be strategic about how you move forward. Have a daily ritual so you get out of bed and know what you need to do to get your outcome that you want every day, that you deserve. And, this is something that I do every morning. Get up in the morning, go for a walk, and go down to, usually, even when I'm traveling, go where there's water. Water for me is just such a calming and spirit energy. And I love going, whether it's a river or the ocean or a pond or whatever it is, even if it's a little fish pond, I'll find water and a swimming pool, sit next to it, and just give my thoughts to what I want to achieve today, who I want to be, and how do I want to show up, and get ourselves out of what we're doing today and being a human doing versus being the human being that we were born to be. So get really clear what your strategy is and how you want to show up for the day, and have the right support. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and want you to succeed. Don't listen to people who encourage you to not be your best self, and be the person that is your biggest fan. You be that person, and not rely on what other people might think they know about you. I know myself, I've grown and changed so much over the years. And when I've met some people that have been from my past, they go, well, how are you doing what you're doing? Or, what qualifies you for this? Or how come you're working and running a global company? Or so they're people that it's their own doubts or their own lack of confidence. And they think, well, how are you doing that? Because they don't know how they would do that. And it's not even meant as a criticism, but it can be received as one, and also received as something that could be giving you some self-doubt. So be your fan, stand in your ground, believe in your, what you're doing, and be purpose-driven and impact-driven, because when you go through life looking at what you want to achieve and how you want to give to others and make an impact, that makes you motivated, and it drives you and gives you more confidence as well. And celebrating those small wins, acknowledge and appreciate your progress, no matter how small, to build confidence and momentum. Come from gratitude and recognition, and your mind, recondition that mind and be positive. And the things that the language we've used in the past, we don't know how to do something, or we're not good enough, flip it into, I'll work out how to do this, and I am good enough, and I am enough. And you can't always stop thinking negative things, but you can swap them with something that's more positive. And that is the secret to shifting your mind and moving forward.
Yeah. So, we talk about all the time building a support network during our healing process. And, what does that actually look like? Because, what we've found to be really valuable to the ladies that we work with is having a supportive coach. Coaching is different to therapy. Coaching is much more action orientated and results focused. So it's about getting an outcome for what we do. So surrounding yourself with positive, understanding women that have been where you've been, and they're actually successful and have the life that you would aspire to have. That's really important. So whenever you're going to be coached in anything, I want you to choose someone who has already done it. There's a lot of people that talk the talk, but they don't necessarily walk the walk. So, even a therapist and stuff like that, choose someone who actually understands where you've come from, what you've gone through, and what you're facing on a day-to-day basis. I think it's really wonderful to have a loving family around you, but I want to remind you that, your kids going through separation and divorce, they're hurting as well. When you lost your husband, or your husband left, or you left, that really changes the dynamics in the family. So aim to heal yourself first so you can become a great role model, and then you can help your kids and everyone else in your family deal with their pain. And what's really important is if you can provide them with practical and positive, empowering support, give them and share some of the tools that you're learning, get them into doing a daily ritual, have focuses and goals that you're all working on as a family. These things are important, and they build that reconnection. And, it's absolutely possible to create beautiful new families again. And, part of us finding our voice and being able to support our kids is knowing that we've done the work ourselves and that we're feeling whole and complete and authentic. It's really important as well to have empowering communities around you. We see that our ladies, when they come together in our groups, it's just beautiful. Like, you get to practice being vulnerable. You get to practice letting your guard down, taking your mask off, showing up as your true, authentic self. And the thing is that you've got to trust yourself before you can trust other people. If you can't speak up and can't ask for what you want and have healthy boundaries and all of that things in a safe environment, you're going to find it really challenging out in the world. And Sandra and I always say that, you know, how we do little things is how we do big things. So we find having an empowering community of wonderful women around us, it actually gives us a place that we can, you know, put all the pieces of the puzzle together. We can create our beautiful new life, and we can heal and grow and reinvent ourselves. And when we're feeling awesome about ourselves, of course, we're going to be able to, you know, share that with other people. We're going to be proud of ourselves, and we're going to find speaking up is much, much easier to do. So we've got to master ourselves so we can master our relationships, and then, you know, we can master friendships and we can master new intimate relationships. So beautiful to have wonderful women around you and have some shiny sisters.
Yes, the community of connectedness, and also building your confidence, you know, having that people that are around you that are not being your naysayers and not pulling you down and not leaning on you to push themselves up. This is so powerful and important thing that we only learn when we are in such a positive environment what the difference is, because quite often when we're in a negative environment, we don't even realize it. We just see it as normal. And it's only when we step out of that that we see what a shift that can be as well. So taking that first step and reaching out for help. Girls, you just got to make a call. You can book in with one of our team and have a chat. And they know, they've been there, they've experienced what you're going through, and they've talked to hundreds of girls that, you know, going through different stages and different phases of their separation or divorce as well, and all have different challenges, but certainly the support that is there is unique, and it does cater for where you're at, but certainly the learnings there are just so amazing. We've had over 600 girls, ladies, go through our programs that are, you know, our Shine program, and they've gone on to live amazing lives and shift in a few weeks from feeling like they are alone to knowing now that they've got a whole new community and a whole new language even of what they're connecting with and saying and sharing, and they've got their voice. They found their voice. So remember, you don't have to do this journey on your own. Reaching out for help is a courageous first step towards reclaiming your voice and creating a fulfilling new chapter in your life. You need to learn to confidently speak up and ask for what you want, and have healthy boundaries, and even understanding what boundaries are. And finding your voice comes when you find yourself. And when you feel great about yourself, you do want to shout it out. You do want to connect with people. You do want to share what you're feeling and what you're thinking and what you've learned. And you do want to help others too. So, you know, working with a divorce recovery coach develops your practical strategies, personal growth and self-empowerment, and shifts you into that next level of thinking, growing and living as well. You deserve to live your best life.
Yeah. So, ladies, you know, we believe you are one call away from finding your voice. All the girls that have worked with us have made a call, a free call, and spoken to a divorce recovery coach. And what that happens on that call is they will ask you where you're at, you know, what your challenges are, what's holding you back, what's stopping you from having the life that you want. And then they will ask you what you would love to have. If they could use their magic wand on you and create the life that you truly would want, what would that be? And for most ladies, they've given up dreaming. You know, they've stopped believing that it's possible for them to have an amazing new life. And ladies, that's just selling out on yourself. You know, you've worked hard all your life. You've put other people first. A lot of you have been mums and dads as well to your kids. You know, you've been a breadwinner, you've been a support person. And if your kids asked you for braces, or if your kids, you know, needed a medical anything, or they need new clothes or a bike or a holiday, or, you know, you're the first person who would do that for your kids. Well, we're saying, how about you start prioritizing yourself and start doing something for yourself. And the first thing you can do is just book a free call. There's a link there. We'll put it underneath. And, just take some time to prioritize yourself. We believe that you've got 20, 30, 40 years of living left to do. And, why not make those years amazing? I don't want to see you stuck. I want you to have a beautiful new life. And I absolutely know that it's possible for you. So be brave, step up, find your voice, and have a go.
Ladies, we hope to see you on the other side and meet you in person. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you soon.
See you, ladies. Bye for now.